Hey guys, Kyle here with Landfight. I just won last week's tournament with the Sorcerer deck, and I want to show you guys the edits I made because it was a structured deck and now it's, a complete competitive deck. And let's get this started here. All right, so this is my land. It's the land that comes with the deck. Pretty much, I can add a petal each turn. If I don't, my creatures get a +1, and that's the gist of this. We're running 4 of the Xylia, which is a discard 1 to draw 1. And it's really good for discarding your petals and getting a free draw on top of that. We're running, what we got here, 4 Reynas. Pretty much Reyna searches Xylia, so it's just pretty great. You have to discard, so you can also discard a petal if you need to. The whole point of this deck is to get the petal in the ruins, and we'll explain later. So Saren lets me take 2 cards from my hand, place them at the bottom of the deck, then draw 2. And why that's really good is because if you have cards that pretty much brick up in your hand, you can get rid of them and replace them with a couple new cards. So it is a kind of a high cost for the draw, but it works out pretty well. All right, so one of is Sable Siren. This card is only allowed at 1 for good reason. It lets you grab any boost in your deck and add it to your hand. I suggest playing this in any deck that you're building. All right, next one of is Seraphina. Just to draw 1 card when this is summoned. Another card like Sable Siren, which is at 1, but should be played in anything you play, just because it's a free draw. I'm gonna pause. Yep. All right, now for the largest, I'm playing Zorion. So I just got 1 of each of my largest. This guy lets me look at the top 3 cards of my deck, choose a boost there, and put it into my hand. Then 1 Asterius, sort of similar to this, but instead of a boost, if I find a small or medium dark creature, I get to summon it. And then this is not a sorcerer, but it is Luminara. When this card's summoned, I can draw 3, discard 1, so it's just draw power for the deck. Super solid. And it goes back to the petal theme, I can discard the petals. So I'm doing 1 of each of these petals. And then I got those 3, and then I got these 2. So once these are in the grave, and I have 1 of these on the field, all my creatures get +3/+3, and if I would say just +3, and if I get a second one, it's an additional +3. Also, I run 2 of this. I mainly plan to play 1 because that's enough, but if someone outs the 1, I can play the second one. Okay, and the obvious 4 boost cancels, so we're negating our opponent's boost with these just to keep us going. I like 4 Eternal Witness in this, and yes, I have 4 of the misprint ones. But this is really good for, I've been using it for a lot of draw power, honestly. But if you need to get a creature out of your opponent's field, you can use this to pop it as well. And heck, if you break into your petals, you can discard your petals while hurting your opponent's hand. 2 Draw Potion, just draw 1 card each off these, so solid. 2 Oasis, I like Oasis because you get to shuffle cards from your opponent's ruins back into their deck. This hurt aliens, this hurt sorcery, this hurt werecat, and you get 2 of your own sorcerers with that. 2 hand for hand, it came up a couple times. Essentially, I can use this to pitch my hand and get a new hand. This deck is really good about the discards, it helps you a lot. And speaking of discards, you could play that and draw into one of these, which lets you bring back a sorcerer onto your field. So if you discard your hand, pitching your large sorcerer card and then drawing one of these, you can just summon it back. You have to control another sorcerer creature, but that's not hard to do with this deck. 2 creature cancel. So I used to not play creature cancel, but it's getting to the point now in this game where there's so many creatures with abilities, so it makes a lot of sense just to have this in your deck and stop your opponent's creatures. 2 Dark Strength. I'm not sure how much I like this in here because it's just a +1, but I needed something else to throw in my deck and it works with the theme, so that's kind of why Dark Strength's there. 1 Total Destruction, so obvious, just blow up the field. 1 New Arsenal, pop a small, add a boost, add whatever you want, and that can help you at any point in the game. Grave Hex, copy any boost in the ruins. So, if you have another one of New Arsenal or Total Destruction or even Boost Cancel. A lot of people use this for Boost Cancel just to, stop your opponent more. 1 reuse draw to, build back your deck. one easy draw and one draw of fate. These are both just draw 2 cards. Pretty simple. You want to go on the side now?
Yep.
All right.
Let's see it.
All right, my side. 2-team fight. So it's back at 2 now. I thought I'd throw it in my side. I didn't use it during the event, but it might come up in the future because I'm getting a lot of sorcerer creatures out on the board, and this will give them a lot of strength to kind of just go for the kill. 2 Begone energies. This is to destroy continuous boost, okay? So if my opponents were to play a sorcerer deck and play the pedal 4, I could just pop it. And it's just a really good side card for a lot of decks these days. Ruins defense. This is just to stop your opponents from pulling stuff out of their ruins. It stops stuff like reuse draw, which is really nice. It stops Stella. There's a lot of ways you can use this, but I think I only side this in against aliens just because they have reincarnation, and it's really good about getting their cards back. The game winner for the event, I've played 4 disruptors in my side. It stops werecats, sorcerers, aliens, anything that gets additional strength, it stops, and it's like an automatic win. Also, some people are playing the Coraline card, which is a +1 for every small water creature in your ruins. So Disruptor just kills Coraline immediately. I sided this in quite a few games. I liked it a lot. I might end up switching to a main. I'm not sure yet, but it helps against a lot of decks.
So what were your matchups for the tournament?
So for the first round, I played against water. So it was a combination of like just all the water stuff that's ever been out in Landfight, and it was really good. I almost lost, but I drew into Disruptor, killing Coraline. It was game 3. Coraline had 30 attack, 30 strength. They could have just killed me one shot, but I drew Disruptor, and that saved me in game 3. My second matchup was Aliens. That was also a game, 3-game match, and Disruptor is the whole reason I won that, honestly. If I wouldn't have had Disruptor, I think I would have lost. But it was a tough challenge. Both were a tough challenge, and the final round didn't get to fire off due to, you know, some issues. It was getting late, and we had a late start to the event. I was supposed to play Mutants though, and I'll be excited to play them next tournament. But I like this list a lot, but there's a new deck I'm working on, and I hope to get on this camera one day.
All right, buddy. Thank you for showing us your deck profile.
Any other questions?
How did you like the 3 different largest?
I think it went well. I had thought about taking out the 1 large that was like summon a small or medium, but it came up a few times to actually help me a lot. So
how did you like Oasis at 2?
Oasis, I think it could maybe be at 3, 2 or 3. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. 2's solid, but I would have liked to see a little bit more, but not like every hand.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you very much.
Yep. Thank you.
Take it easy.
You too.